Well, here we go. We're gonna try some ice fishing in a lake that up until like a few days ago, I didn't even believe there was fish in. But heard a few rumors that there might be a few perch here. So we're gonna give it a shot, fishing for perch. We're going to about a drop off. I think there's probably about 12 feet of water there, maybe a little more. Big thing with this lake, and the reason I didn't think there's any fish here, it's shallow. Like it's like 4 to 6 feet pretty much everywhere except for one big drop off, and that's where we're going, that deep spot. Look for the edge of it. We'll see if we can find some there. Stay tuned, we'll see what happens. So right now I've got two rods set up. One's going to be my active rod. It's going to be just in deeper water over there. I think it's sitting at about 12 feet. My next one is going to be just a little dead stick, and we're going to have a tiny little tungsten here tipped with these bad boys right here. Just a few maggots. If I'm honest, I wanted to use mealworms because we're going for perch here. Both work. I just, maggots are kind of gross. I don't want to touch them. Mealworms are a little nicer. But maggots was all they had, so we're going to use some maggots. This will be on the dead stick, and we'll see how it goes. And then I'll show you what I got going on my active rod, too. So we got the dead stick in. On my active rod that I'm jigging, I'm just going to use this little thing right here. It's kind of just this yellow and pinkish tungsten. I don't really pay much attention to the color of my tungstens. They're pretty small. I don't think the fish pay that much attention either. And then a purple, let's see if I can get that to show up. Purple 13 fishing, I believe this one's the Jeffrey. And it kind of creates just this little minnow action of a little tiny minnow swimming around down there. And I've had to work on perch and trout like crazy before. So we'll see if we can find a few perch that are supposedly here. So I guess right now all I'm doing is, if I move my fish finder a little closer, you can maybe see. This right here is my flasher setting, and my lure is right there, just kind of popping off bottom. And all I'm really doing is trying to stir up a big mess down there, pounding off bottom, make it look like something's in here digging around in the dirt, feeding like crazy, or something's wounded, hopping in and out of the ground. And this is kind of the same thing, just fish finder up here. You can see it hopping up there. If there is some perch, and is there one coming up there? Might be. I kind of pull it up just a little so that it's up suspended, and the perch come up to it, and hopefully I then feel the bite a little better. This is just a light rod. I'd love to have an ultralight rod here, but I just have my light rod for now. And yeah, that way you can feel those tiny little bites that the perch have if you kind of just pull it up a little bit, and hopefully they chase up and bite it when you get the chance. On my dead stick here, I've got it stuck in a jaw jacker. Here's a little hack for those of you that use a jaw jacker. Especially in deep water, I find it's sometimes tough resetting my depth every single time. If I've got a depth I really like and the fish are biting at, I want to keep it there. So what I've done is I've got these bobber stops for those slip bobbers you can get, and you just take one of these and you slip it on the line. It goes, little loop goes through that wire there. Slide off your bobber stop, it should pull through the line, and poof, right there, it's on your line now. Okay. Nice thing with this is once you get it on, just pull it away for now. You'll tie on your hook once you're done, and then you can set your actual height using that bobber stop. So you know that's what you reel up to when you've got your depth set. So once you're tied on, you've got that bobber stop up here, kind of to mark your spot. I find sometimes even with these little ones, it's hard to find bottom because you don't have a ton of weight here. So I have this little clippy thing that I got that you just hook onto the hook and pinch it so it's hooked on nice. Drop that down. Make sure you drag your bobber stop as far as it goes so that you don't have to fish for it in the water afterwards. So I'm letting that drop to find depth. Drag this up. Let out more line if you need. Once I've found bottom, hopefully here soon. We're in only nine-ish feet here, so it shouldn't be too deep. Right there, there's bottom. Okay, so I'm on bottom. I want to be about 6-ish to 8-ish inches up. Got that marked there. I'll just drag my bobber stop down to that 6 inches above bottom. If I can do this with 2 hands. Right about there. So that is set at my 6 feet, or my 6 inches above bottom, sorry. And then I know to reel up to the tip here, and that'll pretty much mark my depth every single time. That way, I catch a fish, reel up. I know exactly where to put it again when I drop it back down. So that's just a nice little hack for anybody that uses a jaw jacker or a jigging jaw jacker to maintain your depth. Just setting it up, not even recording, and there's a fish on. Nice little perch. Hooked right in the snout. And there he goes. Sweet. But perfect example. I was setting that up, just reeling, and I'll show you how that perfectly works out to then reset my my depth. I reeled up a bunch, so then instead of remeasuring or guessing or trying to measure with my hands or something, I just set the rod back in the rod holder, drop down. I'll open my bail, or you can just pull line if you want to do it on your drag settings there. Pull out, and right there, that's my bobber stop. So I'll then pull out a little bit, hook it on the trigger system. Need a little bit more. Oh, I already feel there's one on there. Whew. Look at that. We're gonna get another little guy. Come on. There we go. Away he goes. Sweet, this thing's working like crazy. Don't even got a shot to set it up yet. Okay. So, we'll drag out to the point where we get the bobber stop out. Get it to your first eye. Push down. Set up your trigger. Watch as another fish potentially bites here. But I've got it set on the trigger. Yep, one's biting. I can already see it. We'll watch it happen. And you can see it just twitching there. But I've got my bobber stop set right where I need it. And that way I can just tell my depth every time it happens. Didn't have the camera going, but here's the biggest one today so far. In the 10 minutes I've been out. Yeah. Just chomped this and it wasn't even moving. Come on. There we go. Not a bad little perch. Away he goes. Drop that back down. Hope for another. Sweet. That was a good one. I might have to up my size here a little bit just to weed through some of the bigger ones. Or weed out some of the smaller ones to get some of these bigger ones. It'd be nice to take a few perch home to fry up. Do a little catch and cook. But it's fun catching these little ones right off the bat. I like to size up after I've got a few and had my fun first. this one feels maybe a little better. Ah, nope. Still a little guy. Hey, buddy. There we go. Little perch. Wicked. Away you go. Gotta say, this is fun either way. Catching a little perch. Well, my hand just reflected in the hole. I thought it was a fish biting it right at the hole. I was like, holy cow, what the heck's happening there? Oh shoot, that rod's going. It's gonna go down the hole. Oh, darn it. It's a good size perch if he's pulling my whole rod down the hole. Right at that perfect temperature where it's not quite warm enough so you don't have to wear gloves, but it's not like that cold that you always have to wear gloves. So it's like gloves on, gloves off, who knows what to do. First world problems, I guess. Out here fishing. Gorgeous day out and I'm complaining about my gloves. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Yeah, there she goes. Yep. Listens. Not a big perch, but decent enough. Yep. You spit her out. Come on, buddy. For the camera. Beautiful. There he goes. Hey! Nice colors. Look at that one. Come on. Gorgeous colors. Look at him. Nice bright yellow. Biggest of the day. Woohoo! Another perch. Woohoo! Look at that. Sweet. I guess if you ever get tired of not catching anything, find yourself a perch lake and give that a shot, because man, these guys just pound your lure. I forget how much fun perch can be when you're catching them every time you drop the hook down. Oh, no bait on that one. But here, let's try this. While I wait on this one, let's see if we can snag one. I stopped the camera because I've been catching so many. Like, half of them are tiny, but there's just so many that if I'm recording the whole thing, it'll be 4 hours long here. But this, I've just got a spoon on, nothing else. Little tiny spoon. Just like that. Like I said, ooh, hey buddy. Get bored one day, you got yourself a fish. Forgot my chair. I'm kind of just camped out here. I should have brought my chair, but I forgot it. That's the one thing. There it goes. Nice little perch. We'll try to keep them in the water. There we go. Yeah, just a little tungsten and maggot. We'll see if we can do this. Again, you drop it down here. What they have been doing is, before I even actually get this properly set, you can feel them tug on it. Right there is the height I want it at. I'm going to bend it down. And let's see if they go. It's not set properly. This guy's got a little more kick to him. Oh yeah. Tiny bit better. Not by much. Looking for a good eater. A few good eaters and we'll be set. Get that out of your face. There we go. Decent size.